South African National Youth Service Unit will be rolling out a massive implementation of volunteer activities across the country. It's expected that a minimum of 10,000 youth will be involved in volunteer activities. This is in commemoration with the Global Youth Service Day, which took place last week. However, the National Youth Service Unit has extended the celebrations to the 27th of April 2007 to include it within the commemorations of Freedom Day. Mr. Malose Kekana, he's the Chief Executive Officer for Umsobomvu Youth Fund, joins us in our program to tell us more about this initiative. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
Tell us about Global Youth Service Day. What is it?
Well, Global Youth Service Day is really a day where all over the world young people are given an opportunity to demonstrate what it is that they do to develop their communities by giving off time as volunteers. So really it's a celebration of service to communities by young people.
How long has South Africa been commemorating it?
This is the first year. This year we've been registered as the agency. The National Youth Service Unit has been registered as the agency that will facilitate the day itself. But youth service in South Africa has been happening for quite a while now.
And volunteerism has been happening for quite a while.
Yeah.
Any sort of brilliant or groundbreaking ideas that have come out on as to the real definition of volunteerism and what youth should be doing?
Yeah, I think some of the most important aspects is where young people, and many young people have been doing this for a while, but for this week they'll be going into foster care, supporting kids who come from childhood households, young people who will be volunteering also in schools, in terms of supporting young people with various subjects in schools, and we also have young people who will be giving peer education on road safety, and also on environment, especially now that we've had a global Earth Day. So those are some of the initiatives, and there's quite a lot of young people who have registered already to go out into communities and provide this.
Actually, that was going to be my next question. How do young people find out about these initiatives? Do you have enough young people participating?
Well, this can never be enough. I mean, we like next year to be like 40,000. But what young people can do is that in many of the provinces we're working with the provincial youth commissions, where active the youth councils, local youth units inside municipalities and communities. And so young people, by engaging with local youth units where they exist, they can be able to find out. But they can also call us at Umsobomvu. We'll be able to tell them where is it they can go and what are the various volunteer opportunities. But also the other thing is that it need not be structured. I think what we're saying to young people is that, for you to serve, you don't have to work with us. I think what we're saying to young people, let's demonstrate the power of service that young people have always had.
But through your involvement in Global Youth Service Day, you're now taking the volunteerism to a global level. How will that help?
I think what it is that I think for many young people, what we're saying is that for South Africa to develop, it's government alone or private sector alone, it's never going to be enough. Mm-hmm. We need civil society, the energies of ordinary people within communities to do ordinary things to help ordinary people. And that way, as communities,
we become an extraordinary community.
We become extraordinary communities, yeah.
Now, the involvement of this initiative and spreading it over into the Freedom Day celebrations, why was that decision taken? Yeah,
what young people will be doing on the day will be giving out information on what are the various activities to celebrate freedom. But as you know, that many young people in this country played a very significant role in ensuring that we have freedom today. And they did that voluntarily. And I think we're saying to young people, the economic freedom that we now seek is also not only going to come about you just being given things. You have to go out there. Don't lose the spirit that we have. As much as we volunteered, as much as we did things before freedom, we need to continue with the same spirit.
So what sort of activities can be expected in this regard?
In this regard, I think, as I say, most young people will be giving out information, and in various communities, young people will be participating in the various Freedom Day celebrations, activities themselves, whatever has been planned in those communities.
I think we'd like to commend your activities, but your body, the Umsobomvu, is mainly about youth empowerment. How does it then start to relate to voluntary services?
We have the National Youth Service Program, which we as the fund, we manage in the National Youth Service Unit. And the program essentially does three things. We have a category where we're helping young people who are unemployed to make sure that they acquire skills by volunteering their services, but we also train them as they do that. So young people, for example, build homes for people who are homeless, and they acquire construction skills. We also have programs where we're encouraging young people in higher education, FETs, colleges, to also train young people in schools. And so this is the third category of the National Youth Service Program, which is about volunteerism. And we hope young people, as they volunteer, they're acquiring skills, they're acquiring experience, and also other life skills. For example, how to work with people.
Well, we commend you in your activities, as I've already said. Mr. Malose Kekana is the Chief Executive at Umsobomvu Youth Fund. They've just been registered to take part in the National Youth Service Unit, activities which they will then carry on until the 27th of this month here in South Africa, when Freedom Day will be celebrated. Leanne is ready with you.